Hey y'all, welcome to For the Fans, where today we are going to kick off our coverage of Survivor 43 with our cast assessment and snake draft, and just having a good time looking at these new people we are going to learn to love over
Yeah,
the next few months. Kevin, Sheldon, how are y'all doing?
I am wonderful. I watched a little videos and stuff from all this cast, and they are a little kooky, and I am excited for the kookiness. Let's go.
I have seen absolutely nothing. I've looked at nothing. I don't even know who's playing. I've I'm as prepared as I was the first time, and that was when I won. So you'll see how that goes. In
Whoa.
addition, please excuse my internet connection. I'm on the road, so I have no idea if I'm choppy or what.
No, you're great. True dedication there. So Kevin coming in with the blind assessment. Sheldon's got a little bit of insight, and I personally have listened to about 9 hours of coverage about these 18 new contestants. So I feel the most prepared. Not that that means anything.
And
So
it is for that reason you are going to lose this draft.
most likely, I've always been prepared for, like our fantasy drafts that we do for money, and I've never won a Survivor one. So I don't imagine that I've got good takes on who's going to be a good Survivor player.
I won the first one of those too, and I was just as prepared as this. So
Exactly. It just shows you what level of preparedness does for you. Nothing. All right. So we are going to be going through alphabetically. So our very first castaway that we will be talking about is going to be Miss Cassidy. Let me get her pulled up here. Cassidy Clark.
oh, she's cute. I like
Yeah,
that bikini.
she's cute. Got the little tattoos going on. Sheldon,
I
what
got
vibe you getting from Cassidy here?
I got a lot of hipper Wentworth from Cassidy.
Ooh, hipper Wentworth.
That's what I got from her from watching her. She is not going to be afraid to be a little bit sneaky, smart, strategic, villainous, and the truth is that looking at her, like she does seem kind of calm and nice and funny and great, and I think she's going to be fun to have around. I don't know. I want her around.
All
So she's a
right.
designer from Austin, Texas. Um, originally from Plano. Her three words to describe her, according to Parade.com, is groovy, charismatic, and creative. I like that. I don't know how the creative is going to really work here, but groovy and charismatic definitely takes you far in Survivor.
I feel like her vibe is very, very typical of Austin, Texas. Like she's, kind of funky and groovy. That is how I would describe somebody that's from Austin.
That's how I would describe Austin. I mean, I've been to Austin a few times. It's a very fun, groovy place.
What is going on in Austin? Everybody's high. Like what the
I
heck?
mean, in fact, they say keep Austin weird. Maybe that's like
Keep
kind of
Austin
their
weird.
tagline. That's
Wow.
their tagline.
Now I know. I should go to
Mhm.
Austin.
Yeah.
I won't be using any substances, but I'm going to Austin.
You don't have to use substances. Listen, I don't use any substances and have a great time in Austin. So you could go there and keep it substances free, if you will.
Okay.
So she's like very in tune with nature and considers herself spiritual. So, what do you think her vibe's going to be overall with just playing the game of Survivor where maybe, maybe you're going to kill a chicken?
I believe that she is going to use her vibe to her advantage. I do not think her vibe is all that she is. I think that there's going to be somebody here who might, in fact, want to be a little sneaky, might want to do some funny moves, and is going to slit your throat if she needs to. I am actually really excited to see this person.
I don't get that vibe at all. This is the vibe I get. I feel like she is like really chill and is here for vibes. And remember the last guy that was here for vibes? My guy Moose.
Mm-hmm.
He was here for vibes
Mm-hmm.
on BB Can 10.
Nope.
She's here for vibes, but like the best part is that her pet peeve is judgmental people. there's going to be a lot of people out there that's going to be judging, and she's going to be like, not a big fan of them. And which is why I don't think she'll be sneaky and stuff. That's not the kind of like vibes of a person that's here to be sneaky. She's here to compete hard, to play hard, and to win with integrity, but while also enjoying herself and everyone that's around. I think she's like 26. She's here for the vibes, and I'm here for it.
I think that she seems a little contradictory of herself, and so that makes me worried that she doesn't exactly know her game plan, which is fine because you need to be adaptable. But like she says, she wants to like play like Kim Spradlin, but then she says all bets are off, like on her morals and everything, and so it's kind of she comes off a little conflicted to me, and makes me worry about her a little bit.
Okay, let's see what's going to happen.
All right. So, does Cassidy make the merge, or is she a pre-merge boot?
Merge for sure, baby. Merge all day.
I say merge.
Yeah, I think she makes the merge. She just comes across like she's fit. I think she'll get along with most people. I don't see her being an early boot.
I really see her as a merge fit because she seems pretty athletic, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, usually you get rid of like your non-athletic people early, and she's one of the more athletic ladies from so far. We've only gone through one person. So
she is the most athletic so far.
Okay, so far, yeah, she's the most athletic. So
she's also the least athletic so far. So hey.
Semantics,
double-edged sword.
But I think that's why I think that she definitely makes it to merge, because that's what they need to realize. That's when they need to figure out about getting rid of her.
All right. Well, we're all in agreement. Cassidy making the merge.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Cody. I'm not going to even attempt to say Cody's last name because probably going to make an ass.
Calafiore.
Assenmacher.
I'm going to make an ass mucker of myself if I try to say Cody's last name. So Cody is a wild card to me. Like, I am really, really excited to see him play because he's got the mullet.
From Hawaii, he's an elevator salesman. 35 mullet
with the lightning bolts shaved in on the side. So, I mean, you talk about Cassidy being a vibe. Cody is a vibe.
Yeah, he's a vibe that I would want to get rid of very quickly because I would not get along with all of it. It's just too much, too loud. It's too much. I don't know how he's going to do on the show, though. He could be first boot. He could be winner. I have zero sense of that. And, players are like that are ones I love to watch because you just don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah, he's apparently like he's got an ass tattoo that he's talked about.
Yep.
I think
who doesn't?
I mean, I heard that Sheldon has an M on both butt cheeks, so when he bends over, it says "Mom."
Sheldon, this is not a game within a game. She really thinks that you have those M's.
The funny thing is, I haven't seen my ass in a decade, so I wouldn't know.
Well, the thing about Cody here, one thing I liked is that he said that Malcolm is someone he wants to play like, which I thought was interesting. First off, shout out to Malcolm Freeberg. I haven't heard that name in a while in terms of Survivor.
There were two people, by the way, in this cast that said they want to play like Malcolm.
Ooh, I like that.
And Owen.
I don't know who Owen is. Like I said, I ain't seen nobody's picture. But this dude is an interesting cat. I got a friend in my life. His name is Kenny. He reminds me of this dude. Kenny is a bro. If bro country was a person, that would be Kenny. And I feel like that is also Cody. Bro country is Cody. Cody is bro country. And he got the mullet going. He's got the Hawaiian shirt because he is Hawaiian by way of Iowa, by the way.
Yeah.
He is Hawaiian by way of Iowa. So
and even like listening to him talk, he has an accent of some variety, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. Huh?
It's a mix of Iowa and Hawaii.
Yeah, I mean,
it's weird.
It's wild and it's kind of trippy, and I don't know what to expect either. I kind of think Cody could be a unicorn, and you are unicorns are rare. And the last unicorn we had was Tony. But guess what? That unicorn won twice. So can Cody?
Wow.
Huh?
Don't roll your eyes. The man won twice.
Did you hear yourself? That you just said that the last unicorn we had was Tony, and this man is basically equated to Tony.
No, I said that this man could be a unicorn. He could be.
Well, there's only one Tony Vlachos.
Meaning he could do amazing and like pull off something Tony-esque, because I feel like it would have to be in that realm, because he does seem like such a wild card.
Don't you think Marianne was a unicorn too?
No.
But if he wins, I think it has to be on that level. I think it has to be completely out of left field.
Well, hold on, folks. Like Marianne, there is no other Marianne in this world.
This is true.
Like to me, Marianne is an absolute unicorn. And the truth is, I probably thought I'd love to go back to our cast assessment that I probably wasn't doing with y'all. But like I would have probably said she's first boot, and she won. So like I don't know. I got no clue about this guy. The only difficulty with somebody with such a personality and such a real huge ass vibe is that it is a big target right away, and you either like it or you hate it. And for me, that's danger. He can't lie low. There is no low with him.
Right. And I mean, and that's my whole thing is I think that what he's going to bring, like physically, and he is very outdoorsy, and so I think he's going to be a big asset to his tribe initially, but then I think he's also just such a huge target that does he just absolutely rub people the wrong way and he's the first boot, or is he so valuable that he makes it through? I don't know.
I wonder if he could control himself is my question. Like you need to be able to calm yourself down. Like he might come out and just start playing like first second and just go. Big red alert, first few out. You never know. Even if is he muscular? I haven't seen the body. Like does he look fit?
Yeah, I mean I think he's decently fit. Yeah.
Might save him.
I think one thing that's interesting is that he is of the island life, but like not the Aussie island life, right? He's not climbing trees and knocking down coconuts. He's by way of Iowa, so he's shucking corn and he's raising fields.
Shucking corn in Hawaii.
And so with that being the case, I don't see his island skills translating here. And for me, I think he is going to be a pre-merge boot.
Yeah, I agree. I think he is definitely a pre-merge boot. One thing though that adds to the evidence of that, or potentially takes away of that, is he said that he's a thrill seeker. So sometimes risky moves give you huge results. Big risk, big reward.
Thrill seeking does not mean he's going to make risky moves.
I see them quite similarly. Like he might be willing to go and do something that other people would not,
like jump out of a tree,
like vote someone out who seems like a big ass threat.
Thrill seeking
wants to touch.
Thrill seeking means he's going to
don't knock me. What is this?
Thrill seeking people just do dumb stuff. So that's all it is.
Like vote out big threats.
No, jump from ATVs. Like thrill seeking has nothing to do with strategy.
So break his leg and be
once again, I'm going to bring our boy Cody back to Tony. We've seen Tony win twice. We have seen Tony go down in a blaze of glory as the second boot. And that's basically what I get from Cody. We're going to see him go out in a blaze of glory very, very early, or we're going to see him make a long run. I don't think he's anywhere in the middle.
I can't believe we're looking at this man and you're invoking the name of Tony Vlachos multiple times here. That is,
but not in his ability to play the game, in his ability to just be so different and so unique, and so unaware of what the heck he's going to do. That's what it is.
Vince was also so different. Remember old Feathers?
No, I don't know who Vince
so
is.
Different.
But he never had a second chance.
Worlds apart. He was also so different.
Yeah, and they tore him apart.
All right, next up.
1 second, Kylie. Is he a merge or a pre-merge for you?
Oh my gosh.
You can't ask us and then not also say it.
I know. I don't know. Like there is a 100% chance I'm going to draft him in our paid draft because however much time we get with Cody. I think he's going to get a lot of screen time. Yeah, maybe he's a JD. You know what I mean? Like, we get him for a few episodes. He makes a big impact and fizzles out like a firework.
Pre-merge.
But
Pre-merge.
you know what? I will go against the grain, and I'm going to say he will make the merge.
Cool.
All right, that's the first person. Kylie, the second person Kylie has in the merge. Only like 13 people make the merge. Let's keep Kylie accountable. She has 2 people already.
I'm not keeping her accountable. All of my people are going to be post-merge if I think they deserve to be.
All right.
It's going to be a big merge. 18 merge.
We have
17 without Cody.
Mr. Dwight Moore. And let me tell you a little bit about Dwight here.
Yeah.
Okay. I committed a cardinal sin when I was listening to Dwight's press and, listening to him answer his questions, because I am a huge Office fan, and immediately I was like, Dwight, yes. And he absolutely hates anybody that makes a comparison to The Office when first meeting him. He is not a Dwight Schrute fan, and that's a shame. And it's very, very sad for Dwight Moore.
That's his number one pet peeve, actually.
Number one pet peeve. And he would absolutely hate me because I would have done it. I would have been like, Dwight Schrute. I would have. And he would hate me. So there's that. Here's Dwight.
This guy, I got major vibes of Zach Wurtenberger from season 42. Super fan, nerdy as hell, extremely bright, but probably has no chance.
What? Okay, yes. First and foremost, Zach is 22. He is from Collierville, Tennessee. He's a graduate student, originally from Palo Alto, California. Mm-hmm. That dude's built. What are you talking about? Zach was a little scrawny guy.
Listen to his voice and listen to the man speak. This guy is a student and is a student and is a student. He's young. He's immature.
He is from Stanford, and he makes multiple references to being a Stanford student and what that means and how smart he is. And I think he comes off across very, 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 very unself-aware.
Yeah, I also got a little swatty. So
this dude's huge.
Big red flags.
Yeah.
Okay.
From our boy Dwight.
This dude looks physically fit.
That's fine.
So what?
Let me tell you so what. Lies. Slander.
No, not lies.
You have to win challenges in this game. He is he may be annoying because he's young, but he's going to be an asset in the challenges, at least early.
Once again, JD. Money. That's the vibe Dwight gets.
Yeah.
JD wasn't built like a shit brick house.
Except that Dwight doesn't come across cocky in terms of physical challenges. He just comes across so intelligent, but that he's not going to be able to tamper that down any.
Yep.
Listen, he said that he wants to play like Wendell from Ghost Island.
He won't be able to.
Made it far. The fact that not just that he wants to play as Wendell, it's the fact that he understood Wendell's game. He made it far to an extremely strong social game. I hope to create that same level of bond such that people will want to keep me around, even if doing so will be detrimental to their own long-term game. He wants to find him a Dom out there. He wants to find a Dominic Abate. And that, to me, is a fantastic strategy. So he's going
we know that Dwight is smart.
Yes.
He can probably map out how to play Survivor on paper, but he has to physically do it. And he has to show that he has the social capabilities. And I don't think that they're there.
Wow.
My mother would say he comes off as a schwitzer. And what a schwitzer is somebody that it means sweating actually, but it's somebody who just shows off. Look at all this I have. Look at this Stanford. Look how smart I am. And people don't like that. People don't want that. People don't want to hear all the good stuff. I want to be able to see if Dwight has the ability to look into a person's eye and be vulnerable. Tell them what's actually going on in his heart. Listen and empathize with what they have going on in their heart. If he can do that, then Kevin, I'm all on board the Dwight Twain. I'm on the Dwight Twain. Because that's a full package. Then he's smart. He looks physically built To me, it's that last part of being able to really create connections.
He's
I'm
mentioned
uncertain about.
social game multiple times.
Me
He's
too. I can mention
aware.
it. Doesn't mean I could create it.
You obviously can play well socially, Sheldon.
We
That's
know
an
this.
obvious thing. So if you know that you need a strong social strategy, it means that you understand that where you need to tone it down and where you need to amp it up.
Doesn't
There's
mean
no
you
one.
can, though. Doesn't mean you can. Not
What?
everybody can do that. Just because they understand that they need a social game doesn't
I
mean
mean,
they
like,
come off as authentic.
in his parade interview, he talks about like, oh, you know, there's just such a stigma around being a Stanford student, and I'm a Stanford student, and did you know that I went to Stanford? And it's like, okay,
He
bro,
didn't say
you
it like
did.
that, Kylie. I'm sure that he mentioned it 3 times.
I
But
know
all
that, but
you
what I'm
heard
saying,
was
Kevin, is
Stanford.
he realizes like, oh, hey, I don't want to make a big target of myself by talking about Stanford, and then he proceeds to only talk about Stanford, and it's
Because
like,
that's what he knows.
you-
Okay, let's
you
vote.
know,
I think he's making the merge.
No.
No.
No
So
merge.
I have 2 people making merge. Sheldon has 1 person making the merge. Kylie has 2 people making the merge.
yeah, there's no chance our boy Dwight here makes the merge.
I don't.
Wow.
No chance.
Look, I think that, if his tribe is powerful physically and he could get through a few votes, maybe, but it's just, I don't buy his ability to make social connections that are authentic and that are lasting and are based on mutual respect. I think he would respect the other person. I'm afraid that the other people won't respect him. And that's my concern about him.
He got a perfect score in the ACT. You
Who
don't think he
cares?
can
What does this have to do with anything?
You don't think that he won't know to tone down some of his intelligence so that way he could be a chill bro?
No, because he
Come
didn't tone it
on.
down in the interviews when he was
In the
trying to
interviews
introduce
that the
himself.
other people aren't playing in. No one else is
Yes.
playing these interviews. Just him.
Look, he needs to chill, needs to relax, have a good day. Let's see what happens. The funny thing about this is we all are probably wrong.
How can we all be wrong? I said he makes the merge and you said he won't. That is
Well, look, this is Survivor 43. Drop the 4, add the whatever the fuck you're adding this time around. And like, here we go. Who knows? There's maybe a whole other twist going on. No more hourglass.
No more hourglass. Hourglass gone.
All right, let's move on to the next castaway. And we have Miss Ellie Scott. And Ellie got into Survivor an interesting way because basically she had a friend that was like, oh my gosh, there's this girl that looks exactly like you. Can y'all guess who you think the girl that she was compared to is?
Lauren? Angelina?
What Survivor girl?
I have no idea.
Tony Vlachos?
Tony Vlachos.
Michelle Fitzgerald.
She does not look like Michelle Fitzgerald.
Don't see that at all. And she does not give off Michelle Fitzgerald vibes at all. But really, really interesting person here with Miss Ellie. She has a lot of the same background that Tori did from last season, except that I think she is a lot more aware of how she comes off as opposed to how Tori was not. Like maybe Tori crawled so that Ellie can run. Because I think there's going to be that vast of a difference between the two of them.
Is she an Orger? Is that what you're saying about the commonality with Tori? What is that?
Just because they're both psychologists. That's kind of
Oh, I see.
There's been other therapists on the shows too.
Look,
Yeah,
I have to admit,
she's a therapist, and she wants to use like her knowledge of relationships with people, except that she doesn't want to like exploit it. Where you like in the very first episode of 42, we get Tori that's like, you like Harry Potter? I like Harry Potter, and it doesn't seem genuine. Ellie, it seems like she understands that she wants to make genuine connections, whereas Tori, I think, came across of it a little too clinical. And Ellie seems like she has the mindset of it being more genuine.
Yeah. So 2 thoughts. Number one, the first time you put up the picture of Ellie for us to look at right now, I kind of thought, is this person actually on the cast? And I watched videos, so a little bit forgettable is in truth what I sort of got. But number 2, I'm not sure that's a bad thing. And as I look back on my notes and started thinking about it, Ellie came off as super kind. Ellie is a number. Ellie is not, I don't believe, going to be much of a strategist. But placed and recruited by the right people who could bring her in, I wouldn't be surprised if Ellie's there for a long while, because I think she's going to be extremely loyal. I think she's going to do exactly what she says she's going to do to the people that she's aligned with. And I could see her being there for a while.
The fact she doesn't know who she is, man. She has no idea who she is. And that's problematic. She says right here, who would you play like? She says, I think I have the natural ability to lead a group to the end in the same way that Kim did. But I also realized that she had a lot of luck and circumstance on her side during her first season. Kelly Whitworth is an example of how I will play if I find myself without luck. I am scrappy and crafty and would be fighting up until the last minute to find idols and sway votes. But I could also see myself playing like a social strategic game like Saree Fields. People see me as caring and nurturing, so I'll be afforded more room to subtly manipulate and push to my best interest without turning people against me. I'd also feel proud if I could play and grow like Sarah Lucina. Like, she has no idea who she is and what she really wants to do. There's just so many things that she could do. Do I think she makes the merge? Yes. Do I think she's a threat to win this game? No. I think that she's someone that's going to be around, and as you guys said, she's going to be a number for somebody, but I don't foresee her being someone that's going to be a mover or shaker or actually able to grow in this game to being something of relevance.
I disagree. I think she has a really, really great shot of winning. The past 2 seasons with it
winning. Hold on. Winning.
With it being like the big advantage era, we've seen Erica and Marianne, 2 women that you would not have looked at on paper and just been like, that's the winner. That's the winner. I think that she has a lot of Erica upside, and that she could, if she's on a tribe that is able to get through the merge without having to go to a lot of tribal councils, that she's able to just lay low. She's able to let all the big flashy people take shots at each other. And then here comes the little lamb blooming into the lion, a la Erica. And I think that she has a lot of upside of that.
But can we talk about Erica real fast? I mean, Erica's win wasn't flashy. She's, to me, one of the bottom level winners of the 42 winners. She's on the bottom half of the list, bottom third possibly. She won because there just weren't other people there, like a Ricard. Like, she didn't do any of the moves. She was just kind of least polarizing. And I want to bring that up because if we're comparing people, if I don't want us to be deluded to think that Erica did a lot more than she did.
I didn't say that I think she's going to do a lot. I think that she's going to be very non-threatening, and I think that she can slip through the cracks, and that she has enough social connections, enough strategy that she's able to get through to the end.
Is that a flaw in New Survivor? That really, like, the way the game is set up and the way everything is done really takes threats out. It really takes flashy players.
That's all games. That's all social strategy games.
But so certainly I agree. But that's a flaw, I think, in terms of entertainment. That's a flaw in terms of fun for the fans. Don't you want a Ricard at the? Don't you want Shan at the?
Well, I think that it kind of goes through cycles. And while we know the past 2 winners being Erica and Marianne, they don't know that. I think that they didn't quite make it to the merge of 42 whenever they went out to play.
Right,
so
they knew Erica.
Know Erica won, and they know kind of who was doing well. So, like, a lot of them in their interviews were talking about Drea and Drea, she was this really great player, which I think Drea is amazing. Can't wait to see her play again. But we know what ends up happening with Drea and how she ends up being targeted because she has so many advantages. And so I think that what we get in 44 and 45 is like people focusing in on people like Erica, like Marianne, like who are some other, even though she doesn't do anything really on the edited show, Heather, people like that are able to slip through. Now those people all of a sudden become a little bit more of a threat, and somebody like a Ricard and a Shan and a High, those aren't as big of threats now because they haven't won in a few years.
So the little lamb is going to be the one that's the scary lion now.
Look, I do kind of think that might be what New Survivor is. whether I like it or not. And Kylie, in truth, I wouldn't actually disagree with you. Like that, it would not be a surprise that Ellie goes far. My hope, though, is that there's somebody there that could like show off a little bit at the end and say, "Look at what I did."
My eye roll though is not because that may happen. My eye roll is because we're saying that's new Survivor. That's all Survivor. Danny Boatwright wins because she's kind of like in the shadows. Natalie White beats out Russell because she's kind of like in the shadows. Like a lot of times, these guys that are like quieter win the game. Bob wins Gabon. Like these are people that are not making like huge moves.
But I think that I think that my assertion that this might be new Survivor, and I certainly could be wrong, and we'll see what happens this season in 44, is that we're now seeing this as a new era of Survivor, and it's. I think Erica more so than Marianne had that game. Marianne did a little bit more, I believe.
I agree.
In truth. And so because of that, it's sort of but Marianne is not Parvati. Like it's not Tony, it's not those people that we love as fans to watch. And so because it's 2 in a row, I'm wondering if it's actually something like deeply ingrained in the way the game is now set up and the way the casting is set and the way all of this stuff is set. I hope I'm wrong, certainly. Like yeah, it's more fun to watch somebody you love or somebody you hate at the end. Like it's just entertainment, right?
Sure. Like I said, I think that we get a few cycles of this, maybe another season of a kind of underrated winner. And then 44, 45, maybe you can see somebody a little more. I mean, but Marianne was not flashy, but Marianne was a big presence, but her game wasn't necessarily dominating throughout. Whenever you have like Omer, who really had the spotlight up until basically the finale. So I don't know. I think it's possible that we get back to a more flashy winner. Is that the proper word for saying it? But we shall see. Any more thoughts?
We all have her making the merge.
Yes.
Yeah. So me and Kylie have 3 people making the merge now.
Look, I think that she does make the merge, but again, I truly would not be surprised if she doesn't. Like she could also just be extremely expendable.
I can see her being the merge boat, 100%. Like the consensus, everyone's cool with it. It's not going to ruffle any feathers.
Yeah, I
merge
can see that.
boat.
Let's go. Who's next?
All right, moving on. We have Mr. Geo Bustamante. And Geo is also a little firecracker. And I think that he is going to be a fun character for however long he is there. That's what I got to say about Geo.
Yeah, this guy is a lot of personality, a lot of spice. I think he's going to cause shit and then it's going to implode on him. But I think we're going to have fun watching him. So let's go, Geo.
Yeah. Kevin, what are your initial thoughts on Mr. Geo?
Okay, so Geo's 36 from Hawaii as well, but by way of Miami, which makes more sense than it does from Iowa. Yeah. He doesn't like lazy people. And people that don't have common courtesy.
Watch him be lazy. That would be great.
His English is his second language. So that's an interesting thing. He wants to play as a combination of Cochran and Boston Rob, which is an interesting combination.
I don't know how you can combine those 2 people.
I don't either. That's why I'm saying interesting. He's already been a survivor in life. In life, I did not have the luxury to mess up and have people help me. In life, I struggled and fought hard for everything I've accomplished. I have the fire in me and the willpower to show the world that I deserve to win and will not let anything or anyone get in my way. The world will see that Geo Bustamante has arrived and I will win. I don't think Geo makes the merge.
No, I see very, very little chance of Geo doing well.
I'm gonna have Geo out.
So you made a comparison to Vince earlier with our boy Cody, but we've had another Vince since then in IOI, and I get kind of those vibes of Vince from Geo, in that he understands the game of Survivor, but he can't put it into practice.
I think Geo might be the first boot from his tribe. I'm not saying first boot from the game, because I think his tribe might win a couple challenges, possibly, but I definitely see him being the first one or second one out of the tribe that he's on.
So one of the things that I kind of do like about that might support Geo to do better than being the first boot is that he used to be homeless, got himself out of that, got a 4.0 in school. Like, this is somebody who perseveres. This is someone who hustles. And maybe we are underestimating that sort of sheer drive in the deep down of his belly, because maybe he will do more. I just think that his personality is going to rub people the wrong way a little bit, and I could imagine people not wanting him around. But he is going to fight, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to be very fun for however long we get him. But I would be very, very shocked to see him go deep into the game. Anything else on Mr. Geo?
Nah, I just don't think there's much. I don't think there's much on Geo Bustamante. I think he's going to be a loud personality for when you see him, and then he's going to have a great first and second episode, and then he's going to be gone.
Very quick.
All right. So, do any of us have Geo making the merge?
No.
That's a no for me.
No. It's a no for me, dog. All right.
No, Geo. No.
All right. Next up, we have James Jones. I had to think for a minute because it doesn't have his last name up here. James Jones, not to be confused with James Earl Jones, although he is very inspired by Earl Cole as a Survivor winner. That's kind of what got him into watching Survivor and what hooked him. So I think that's interesting because Earl is a really, really underrated winner. And I'd kind of like to see maybe if James can emulate Earl's gameplay.
Wow, the fact that he's invoking Earl's name from 14 is amazing.
Yeah. Look, I think James is going to be dangerous in this game. I think he's also going to be I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of Erica going on in there, because he doesn't come off to me as being extremely cocky, loud, anything like that. I think he's going to be around. He's going to make good relationships. I think he's extremely aware of himself and his capabilities, what he can do, what he can't do. I have big hopes for James. I think that this guy is the real deal. And he also, one of his packages said that he was born with something as well. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but I think there might be something neurological or something.
I think
I don't remember.
You're thinking of the wrong person.
Okay, well then I'm lying. Anyways, I think James is awesome. So let's go, James.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think James. So James is from Philadelphia. Where I'm at right now, coming to you live from.
Go talk. Go find James Jones.
I think I have a funny story for you too later on. But
how about
James,
now?
No, I have a funny story for you later. So, James, I think he has probably reached out to both Bryce and Wendell and chatted with them before going out there when he's in the casting process, because that makes sense. He said that he wants to be an agent of chaos like Russell, but with charm. I think that's pretty clever.
But that is his backup plan. But his primary plan is he wants to be a Sandra, anybody but me. And
I think they can go hand in hand.
And if that's not working, he's going to blow shit up, which I like.
Yeah, he said, "I'm not playing for 7th place here," and I think that's probably right. Yeah. This dude, I liked his story. He talked about how he played in a chess tournament when he was a kid.
He won the U.S. Open.
I was getting there, Sheldon. There's a building. He played in a tournament when he was 12, and he won the whole thing. And he said that he won $1,200, which to him felt like $100,000, which then gave him confidence to do the things he needs to do in life, essentially. And so I think that kind of mentality, knowing that you have the ability to best everyone, no matter the size, and then also the wonderment of the money, knowing what it can do for your life, and having that your eye on the prize, especially after having that accomplishment at such a young age. I see really high hopes for this guy right here, Mr. James Jones.
Yeah, I agree. So, do we have James making the merge?
Absolutely. Not only making the merge. Actually, I'm not going to finish that sentence because we got a draft coming up.
I wonder who's going to go first, because
what you were going to say.
I wonder who's going to go first. Does Sheldon get to go first?
Yes, please.
I don't know. We will get to that in a minute.
We'll have to figure it out.
All right. So, yes, all three of us have James making the merge. I think that's pretty solid. All right. Next up, we have Miss Janine Zhang.
Wow.
So me and Kylie both have 4 people making the merge. Sheldon has 3.
Yeah.
Which Justine? There's 2 Justines?
No, Janine.
Oh, Janine.
Janine Zhang. She is a designer. I'm not
UX, user experience designer, digital designer.
Cutie.
Designer.
Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous.
Cutie.
Gorgeous.
Cutie patootie.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing about Janine. I think that she one of the things that she said in one of her clips is that she believes that people are going to look at her because she's Asian and think that she's smart. And I think she is smart. But she clearly said that she is going to try to push that smartness down so people don't see it, and push up that she's a designer, she's creative, she's artsy. And I think that level of self-awareness and understanding, all aspects of her personality suggests to me that she's already playing the game. She's already thinking about the strategy. She understands what people are going to perceive her as and how she needs to push the button to make sure that, what she wants people to perceive her as is what people actually see. So I have high hopes for Janine.
Do you know what I wonder? When I sit and lay in bed sometimes at night, I wonder to myself.
Do you really wonder?
Yeah, I wonder
out loud.
Twice a year, people come out here and say they're going to play like someone. Yeah. I wonder for Kim Spradlin, does she say it's like 4 girls going to say they're going to play like me? Or like 5 girls going to say they're going to play like me? I wonder every cycle, because here we are. We have another person. Janine says that she wants to play like Kim Spradlin with her interpersonal communication.
Can I just say something about the Kim Spradlin stuff? I love Kim Spradlin. I want to play like her. Kim Spradlin, and this might anger some people. Kim Spradlin was blessed by a season of people and a cast where Kim Spradlin was able to do what she did. She was not able to do that at Winners at War, sadly. So like, I'm not trying to push down Kim's abilities. She was pretty brilliant in her season, but you're also only blessed with the cast that you get and the twists that you get. And I don't see a Kim
Chelsea Meisner's. I don't see any Christina Chaz.
This is going to be dangerous.
Any non-datables out here.
No cat.
I can't remember her name. No cats. No cat. Edson's, whatever. I don't see them out here, right?
No.
And if everyone is aware of what Kim did, you can't redo it. So. No. Which is fine, which is perfectly fine. But like you said, Sheldon, Kim was blessed with that cast, with having Sabrina on the cast.
Yeah.
She was blessed with that cast. By the way, it's a shame we haven't seen Sabrina again. But
I agree.
She was blessed with this cast that she was able to play with, and was able to almost herd while also keeping this women strong thing. And she was able to lead them. Like, she was blessed with that cast. So everyone wants to play like Kim, but if everyone's aware of what Kim has done, no one can beat Kim again. Yep. That's just kind of how that is. And I mean, and she made some lifelong friends. She's still good friends with Chelsea Meisner. I just watched a thing on the internet the other day of her like flipping houses, and she had Chelsea helping her flip the house. Like,
look,
that's.
I have immense respect for Kim because, like post Survivor, she leveraged whatever she was able to get from Survivor to push her to the next level and to achieve her goals. She's got a great television show right now, flipping these houses. Like it's not easy to get on one of those shows.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know that they did a great job leveraging their Survivor win, but I feel like they've all done a fantastic job leveraging Winners at War because Wendell has a show on HGTV. Tyson goes on to do the challenge. Parvati is on the show with Boston Rob. And sometimes it's another house flipping show with HG. Like they were able to really leverage the Winners at War. They got back in the public eye, and then all of them went together and said, let's go find some TV opportunities for us. Especially with HGTV and the Discovery Network. Yeah. So I thought that was, you're right. They were able to really leverage that, take that, and do what they had to do with it. But going back to her here, she says that she wants to play like Kim, like everyone does. But she also said that she wants to play like Andrea Balke because she's outdoorsy, which is not a great thing, but it's a different name, which shows that you do kind of know the show a little bit. Yeah.
Andrea was outdoorsy. I never that's not something I like connect with Andrea. I don't get that connection.
I mean, if anything, I would say that like her personality kind of gives Andrea and that she seems like very personable, kind of bubbly, like that more as opposed to Andrea's prowess for being an outdoors girl.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Like I think Janine has potential.
Well, Janine says she needs to sit between multiple trust clusters.
Trust clusters.
And that's another key word to know that about the game. You know what I'm saying?
Shapiro.
Trust clusters. So I think that shows that she has the awareness that she needs. So I think that she's going to be okay. I don't know about winner, but I think she's going to be okay.
I think realizing that clusters is a better way of looking at it as opposed to alliance, that shows a fluidity that you need in modern Survivor.
I see merge. My fourth merge member.
She's my fifth merge member.
I agree. She will make the merge. All right. Next up, we have Mr. Jesse Lopez. And Jesse is so interesting. I'm very, very excited to get to watch him play. He is a former gang member. Like he was on the verge of going to prison, turned his life around. He's now like a husband. He has small children, and he's really out here to like do this for his family. And like you look at him and you may perceive him one way, like he's got the shaved head, he's got the tattoos, and he's so soft-spoken. Very, very, very interesting to listen to, and I'm excited to watch Jesse play.
I like the fact that he said, I'm basically Spencer Christian if they got jumped into a gang at 15.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have quite seen anybody like Jesse before. Sheldon, what are your thoughts on Jesse? Sheldon's on.
Well, I think also that he's a streetwise kind of guy. So I think that that's going to be able to help lend him to doing well in the game, because by him having those street smarts along with the academia is going to be able to, he seems to know how to walk the line and merge those two ideologies, because they don't normally intersect. So being able to find that middle ground. I mean, like you said, if he's able to be like Christian Ubicki, because he's the academic, but he's doing it with the street smarts, that is something that's going to be able to go far, because being on the streets, being out here in these streets, he's going to have to understand about working together, being in a group. I mean, I know people don't necessarily think of gangs that way, but they are working together. They're in a group. They have to have interpersonal communication about things. because they're all working together, usually to sell drugs. But
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway.
Sorry, guys, I'm back. I was just having some tech difficulties, some might say. This guy I find so intriguing because I think he's going to be extremely dangerous in this game. I think he's going to do quite well. My question is, I don't know if he leans more so on the intellectual side of him, or he leans more so on this guy who was, on the streets, who was wheeling and dealing, or like I'm not sure who actually shows up. And the truth is, I think there's multiple versions of him that could show up, but I'm not sure what works better in the game, because if he goes out and says, okay, well, yeah, I got this street stuff, I got all, I was almost in jail, I got all this stuff going on, in some ways that's a threat. That could be a threat that you're a hustler, that you're going to do whatever you need to win this game, that you're going to lie, cheat, do whatever you need to do, but also you're probably loyal to the people around you. Right? If he comes out and says, look at me, I'm an academic, I put my life together, I did all, well, that's another big ass threat. Like, you were on the streets, and it's a big story, and it's a big thing for people to say, oh my gosh, if he's around, that's going to be danger.
Yeah.
I have no clue what's going to happen.
I want him to be a little guarded with his story, because I feel like if he lays it all out there, like, oh my gosh, like what a story that he has. And so I want him to be very selective in what he shares.
Yeah. I have I do not sense that this guy is leaving any time in the beginning of the game. Mm-hmm. I think that he is grounded in himself and his understanding and self-awareness, that he's going to do just fine. But I have no idea what we're going to see with him, and I can't wait because I want it all.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's in trouble if he tells the story. I think if he tells a story, people are like, oh, that's amazing. But to me, it doesn't say man, this guy deserves to win. Look what he's going to do with this money.
But it does say to me, this guy went through a lot. He's experienced a lot. He's come out the other side, hopefully on the right side. This is somebody that might be able to do a similar thing in this game if he's in bad trouble. And I think people might make those parallels. And I think that's the concern.
I would never make those parallels.
I would, but I cray.
If I heard this guy's story, I'd be like, dude, that's amazing. That's really cool that you were able to pick yourself up and change things for you. And then that would have been it. That would have been it for me. I would have never thought of beyond. Oh no, would he be able to do the same thing here? Well, we're not like a gang, but maybe he can turn it around if he's in a bad trouble. Nah, I would have never made that connection.
I don't know. The story is big, so that's scary.
Yeah. And we know that Survivor likes the story, and they cast people because they want that fun story at the end where you're able to really get behind someone and root for them. And Jesse has that in folds. So
I would be pissed if I'm Jesse and Jeff is Jesse here came from the streets, went to the academics. Oh, look at him now. I'd be like, Jeff, that's enough, man. You don't have to keep bringing up everything that's happened to me in my life. I also had cereal yesterday.
He just published 6 articles in peer-reviewed journals, and he sold drugs on the side of the road.
Yeah.
He was doing research at Duke University, and then he was also supplying the drugs.
Hey, I'm from Stanford. Hey.
All right. No, but really, really rooting for Jesse. I see him doing well. Definitely have him making the merge. Sheldon.
Oh, no doubt.
I do not have him making the merge.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't have him making the merge. I feel like that he's going to be seen as a threat, and I don't think he makes the merge.
Interesting.
All right. Well, that's a hot take here from Kevin. All right. Next up, we have Miss Justine Brennan, and Justine is a bombshell. She is super gorgeous. And I just listened to all of the interviews yesterday, and I don't exactly remember anything that stuck out to me about Justine, except that she's very pretty. She seemed nice, but I'm not just wow, blown away by Justine.
I got Parvati vibes. and like I got sort of a little bit sinister. I got a little bit. I'm gonna use my assets if I need to, and I'm gonna play the game if I need to. So I was very intrigued by her, to be honest.
Kevin, what are your thoughts?
Off the bat, one of her biggest pet peeves is when people walk slowly right in front of you, when you open the door for someone and they don't say thank you, when people are passive aggressive. I mess with those pet peeves. I have similar ones. I hate when I'm walking and there's like people in front of me don't have a sense of urgency, so now I have to walk around them. But if there's like three across, they're all walking at a stroll's pace. I'm trying to get somewhere, so please move. You
Why
should
don't
be
you
aware
just
that
say?
people are walking
Why don't you
behind
say
you.
excuse me?
I do, but that's the point, is that you're walking already and there's not really much room for them to move. They're like 2 to 3 across on a sidewalk. That's pretty annoying. I also am not one to mess with people. If I open the door for them, they don't say thank you. That's pretty annoying too. I didn't have to hold the door for you. I'm not a doorman. I don't work here. But I did this as a favor, as a nice thing. It would be nice if you said thank you. I definitely understand both of those sentiments. That being said, I
Uh-oh.
think that she is a prime candidate to leave early in her tribe, because I am looking at through this. She wants to be either Kelly Wentworth or Joe Englam, which are two vastly different people. But for the Joe, she said obviously Joe's good at challenges, but he was extremely resourceful. I don't see this glamour woman climbing and grabbing coconuts and throwing them on the ground. I see her making palm frond roofs. All the girls can do that. We don't need her to do this particularly. Also, based on her outfit that she is wearing out there, I don't really foresee her being anything but a fashion model. She talks about a story that her parents let her borrow their Lexus and she crashed it. She's used to a life of luxury, and that's not what she'll be getting out there. And I think she'll be annoying about it. And I think they send her home early because she'll be a consensus easy one to send home.
I don't see any of that. So first of all, she's also a salesperson. She is going to fight. I think she's witty. I think that she is going to be around and she's going to try to do. I think that do whatever she can. I think that if she does get sent home, it's not because of what you said, Kevin. I think it's because people are going to look at her as a threat. I think people are going to look at her and say, "Holy crap, this person is smart and is going to do whatever the heck she needs to do to get far."
Sheldon, I want you to take a second. How many of the people have we gone through, and how many of them are not smart?
A few of them.
I don't think so. I think everyone we've talked about, we've mentioned how smart they are. This cast is a highly intelligent cast.
Yeah.
So people being smart can no longer be a differentiator.
Well,
we got the kid from Stanford. We got the doctor from the streets. We got this guy right here. This girl right here.
I think I'm talking more with her. I think she's a little bit more street smart. If I want to be more specific. And to me, I actually think that's a lot more important in Survivor than academic smart. And for me, her body, her outfit, like that's helpful to her. It's part of her brand. That's part of who she is. So I don't know. I do not see her first boot. I don't see her first boot on the tribe. I see her if she does leave, it's because people are scared of her. I have high hopes for Justine actually.
I see her more being targeted for being a threat than for, off-putting behavior. But
she's pretty small, right?
Yeah, I think so. But she's pretty. I think she's athletic. But there was nothing that really just jumped out to me about her. So I have her going pre-merge.
No, merged.
She merged for me as well.
Merged for me.
All right.
So Sheldon, how many? So I think what was the number? I think I have 5.
I think I'm at 6 or 7.
I think we're all at 6.
Okay, fine.
I think Callie has one more than us. that's
Okay.
Because Sheldon was behind me and Kylie, and I didn't think the former gang member was going to merge. That puts Kylie up 1, and then she doesn't think this girl's going to merge, so then that keeps her here. But I didn't think either one of them were going to merge. I think Kylie and Sheldon are the same, and then I am 1 less.
All right, sounds good. All right, next up we have Miss Carla Cruz. Carla sporting the tattoos with the little palm tree tattoos. Got a little Survivor vibe going on.
We all know I don't like a septum ring.
I don't either.
I don't like a septum ring, but I'm scared it's going to get caught in something on the island or while she's in the challenge and her nose is going to rip in half. I'm just worried about that ring.
So I'm in trouble here, right? Because Carla is the only person that I've seen on the internet before this cast assessment. And it was a photo and it was a thing about her and her wife. And I thought that was extremely sweet. And I don't like the fact that I'd already read that, because that leads me towards a more of a bias towards her to like her without getting into her stuff. But Carla is from Delaware, by way of San Diego, California. She's 28 years old. She's an educational project manager.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Again, just like with what's her name? Just like with Ellie, again, another forgettable one for me.
Ooh, I don't agree.
I don't remember a lot about her from what I've seen. Visually, certainly with tattoos and rings and all that, there's a statement there. She's saying something about herself, her identity. Great, but I'm not sure. I'm not feeling much from her.
Oh, I disagree. I think she's going to have a really, really big presence. I think she's somebody you're going to know. I think we're going to get a lot of her story, a lot of her background. She also, I mean, once again, just like this is an accomplished group of people already. She got the Bill and Melinda Gates scholarship when she was a teenager, didn't have to pay for anything with school. Like, I think she said she could like go back and get like her PhD.
Oh, so you're saying she's smart?
She's smart. I know. Isn't that crazy? Another one. So just another, you look at her, you might judge her one way, but I think she's going to give something different. She says she's adaptable, resilient, gregarious.
I don't know.
She was her wife was very nice. She said that she wants to play like Suri. And people that want to play like Suri are usually for me. She said that she realized how well-rounded Suri was, and she realized that she is not going to be a strong physical competitor similar to Suri, but she will be able to navigate. Speaking of Suri Fields, can y'all believe that she was going to be the first boot in Exile Island? And
so awful.
And not Exile. It was an Exile Island. It was with ours. Yeah, with ours. She was going to be the first boot. And if Timber Tina sticks around and she goes home instead, we don't get the legend of Suri Fields. No. Like that's how close that was. That almost happened. It completely reshapes the way Survivor is if Suri goes home first that night. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot of Suri's ingenuity, but it was once again a lot of who she was playing with. But if this young lady, Carla, can have any scrappiness of Suri, she's going to do well.
Yeah, I hope she does. So I was just thinking about Suri. How many times has she played? 4?
4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I still not tired of watching her?
How can you not?
Never.
I watched her Snake in the Grass.
Like, I want more Suri. More.
She said she wants to play Big Brother.
That would be amazing.
I want her. I want her so bad. I want her son. I want all of like everything. Like everything about Suri is more on my TV. Thank you, please.
Yeah, she's amazing.
What was her husband's name? BG? What's his name?
I don't remember.
I know he was cast on the show or something, and then he had to pull out or something happened.
They're gonna do Blood versus Water. She was gonna do Blood versus Water with her husband. Then she didn't. She also did Snake in the Grass. She just did that season, the episode of Snake in the Grass with Janelle.
How does she
and
do it?
Rachel Riley and
Stephanie LaGrossa.
Stephanie LaGrossa.
Oh, I like that.
I missed the episode. I'm gonna watch this on USA Network, but like you just said, the fact that I know all these three facts, and just off the top of my head.
Her? Like, what is it really like? For me, the thing about Cirie, it's not actually the fact that she's just this average woman who got off her couch. To me, it's that she looks like the average woman, but she really is not. She is going to go and she's going to wine and dine people. She's going to talk to them. She's going to be strategic. That's my favorite part about Cirie. I don't care about the fact that she's average. Don't care about that.
So what it is really about Cirie feels. I feel like, Kylie, are you not a big Cirie fan?
I'm a huge Cirie fan.
Okay, because you're really quiet over there. I was about to come for you because Cirie is my
Cirie
queen.
Is a top 4
queen.
Survivor player. And
let me guess. Tony
Vlachos
Vlachos is number 2.
Huh?
Number what? Is Tony Vlachos in the list?
Tony's number 1
on the list.
Tony's number 1 because he won twice.
And Sarah Lucina?
Sarah is a very good Survivor player. Just
Kevin hates Sarah Lucina. That's why I say it.
Not a huge Sarah fan personally.
But Cirie, so Sheldon, you said what is it about Cirie? Cirie's smile is infectious.
Yeah.
When she's smiling at you, when she's having a genuine good time. So like myself, so people tell me that my smile is infectious and my laugh's infectious. And it's because I'm having genuine fun. When I'm talking to you, I'm having a good time, and you can feel it, and I can feel it. And with Cirie, when Cirie's laughing, when she's smiling, I can feel it through the TV screen that she's actually laughing and enjoying herself with this person that she's laughing with. So you have that. If you couple that with cunning and intelligent, strategic play.
Oh, she's smart.
Yeah, but she also knows when to get in there and when not to, right? Like there's times that she's like, hey, I can't help you. But there's other times where she's like, I'm tired of what's going on. It's time to shake up what's happening.
I have to admit, one of my other favorite things about Cirie is her relationship that we saw with Michaela.
Yes.
Where she sort of took her under her wing and she said, Michaela was me when I was, 10, 20 years ago or whatever, however long it was. And honestly, that's kind of the reason why I really do want to see Michaela again, but I don't want to see her for another decade. I want to see adult Michaela if she gets married, has kids, because I wonder how close she ends up being to Cirie at that point.
She was targeted early in the challenge for no reason, but
Michaela?
Yeah, because she wrote some people's names down, and then her list got discovered.
Did she bring the teacup out? I love that.
No,
she didn't even get that far. It was the first episode.
Bradshaw is also a top 25 Survivor player for me. I love Michaela. All right.
Okay, let's move on.
Well, going back to Carla here, her playing like Cirie and the Cirie comparison. If we get through the first episode with Carla even giving any of Cirie, I think she makes it far.
I say merge, but I don't think she makes it that far past.
That's far.
Yeah.
She is she's on my list. She is like the bubble of, do I have her making the merge or not? I could see her doing really well. I could see her not making the merge, but ultimately I think she does make the merge.
I get similar vibes that she has to, I forgot her name, but that woman on last season who worked in the Trader Joe's.
Jeannie,
whatever her name is. I get very similar vibes, very similar attitude.
No, I think she's more
capable.
Yeah.
More capable.
Let's see.
All right. Next up, we have Lindsay Karma.
Lindsay.
Second Lindsay.
I just want Lindsay to do so well, but
you already know it's a bad look when Kylie says, I just want this person to do so well.
She is a Southern mama. She's a pediatric nurse. So she's been through the ringer the last few years. She seems so nice. But I don't have high hopes for Miss Lindsay. But
why not?
because she just honestly she falls into that trap of that.
This
She's
podcast is patently ageist.
An older woman. She's motherly. I just think that, she could be around for a while, but I don't think she's impactful.
So, any of you watch Australian Survivor?
Negative.
I have not.
Well, spoiler alert. So if anybody doesn't want to know who wins one of the seasons of Australian Survivor, it was Haley. I got major Haley vibes from Lindsay. Major. My gut about Lindsay is that she will come across just as Kylie, you said she did, nurturing, caring, loving, nurse, mom, wife, etc. I think she's going to stab people in the rear end and they won't see it coming. I have huge hopes for Lindsay. I think she's going all the way. All the way.
Wow.
I think that people won't see it coming. She's so aware of how she is perceived. She seems to be so aware of what she is good at. I have huge hopes for her.
I really, really liked her in her interviews, but I'm worried. I'm worried because of the archetype. It does not generally play out well. But is she like more Chrissy or is she more Heather?
I don't think she's Heather. I think she is Chrissy. But I actually think she might be a less feisty Chrissy, which might help her game.
Yeah. My good friend Bob says that this is his winner pick right here, Lindsay, and he did think that Heather was going to do well.
So he likes old white women.
Yes, he does.
Cool.
Bob's also old, so it makes sense. The thing that I did not like is that when they said the past Survivor players you're going to play like, she says Natalie, mental and physical strength, Sarah, strategic, Michelle, social. It's literally it. That's the end. That's the whole thing. She doesn't elaborate. She doesn't explain what she thinks about the way these people see the game. I go to that question a lot because it tells me what you understand about the game itself. And to me, it says she doesn't know a lot. The reason she believes she can win Survivor, I have 20 years worth of reasons why I'm going to be the sole survivor. Literally all she said. To me, that says doesn't really look too closely at this thing. Watches it casually.
You want to know who she honestly reminds me of? And it was somebody that I really, really liked last season and foolishly drafted them on my team. And that's Mariah. I think that she's just like really nice, really genuine, but she just doesn't have a chance.
Who's Mariah?
Exactly.
She was on the Taku tribe with Marianne. She's
the first one to go the moment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was always in the outs too. Like they tried to play like it could have been Marianne or Mariah, but it was always Mariah. It was never not going to be Mariah.
I think you all understand the brilliance of Lindsay.
That's the vibe that I get from her. Like, and I loved Mariah last season, like pregame. And so that is what gives me the red flags for Lindsay. I'm like, I think she's going to be very nice, very likable, but easy.
I have a pre-merge.
Easily dispendable.
Okay. Pre-merge, she's gone.
Yo, no. I don't know what's going on here. This woman has everything. She
has nothing. She has nothing.
Nothing.
She's giving me nothing. I just told you what she said. Why do you think you're going to win the game? Because I have 20 years of experience.
I think that's all we need to know. And honestly, when you said about what player you're voting that she wants to play like, those three made a whole heck of a lot of sense. And honestly, if that's how she plays the game, that's fine.
All that tells me is she watched Winners at War. She watched Winners at War.
It doesn't matter if she only watched one season. You don't need to watch all 47,000 seasons to know how to play Survivor.
Yes.
I think she's quick-witted. I think she is intelligent. I'm not going to use the word smart anymore. This is don't take her, folks, in the draft.
I think she could go far because she's like a Heather, like, oh, well,
No,
we can vote her off
she's
later.
not a
We can vote
Heather.
her off
She is
later.
not a
We can vote her
Heather.
off
I'm
later.
telling you. This woman
But
is going to be running the show. She is not Heather. This is
no,
Chrissy. This is
you
Chrissy,
crazy.
Chrissy.
All right. Next
Kylie,
up.
does she make the merch?
Yes. Yes.
No. All right. Next up,
Yes.
we have.
So it's a no for me. It's a no for Kylie. It's a yes for Sheldon.
Oh, God.
All right. Next up, we have Mr.
Winner.
Mike Gabler, and he
Why
goes
are you
by
confusing?
Gabler.
I don't get this guy.
So, I mean, obviously, he's, I believe, the oldest man on the cast, possibly the oldest contestant overall. He is like a heart valve specialist.
I don't know what that means.
Go on, Gabler.
He
fit.
specializes in hearts in terms of like repairing them. I'm assuming
heart
he's
valve.
a
I
doctor.
think he's a surgeon.
Okay, but nowhere does it. So here's the thing. I don't. He's not a doctor. Like I'm looking at his LinkedIn right now. He sells the machines. Like, he's not a doctor.
I thought he was a surgeon.
I thought he was a surgeon too. He's a salesperson. Like that's what confuses me about this guy. Like no, this guy sells heart valves. He's not a surgeon.
He reminds me of the things I hate most about Ben.
About what?
Ben. Like I look at his face, and
wow.
It
Wow! I look at his face.
Yes.
I think he's ugly. Wow, that's what Kevin is saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying, and I'm not backing down from it. I mean, this is how I feel about Ben Drieberg, as I look at this guy's face and some of the things I hate the most about Ben, including his face and his beard.
Wow.
I am not a Ben Driebergen fan, and this guy gives me a lot of Ben Driebergen's vibes from his face, and then you get into it, and you see like there's not a lot there.
Yeah, I don't think Gabler has a real great chance. I feel very, very strongly that he's an early boot. Don't have a lot of high hopes for him.
It says, "Why do you think you could win Survivor?" Do you know what he said? Yes.
Yes.
That was purely it. Yes, 2 exclamation points. Not why. The question was a why. Why do you think you could win Survivor? His answer, yes.
That's it. That's all I got to say. Yes.
Yeah, this guy isn't going anywhere. He's going to be first out on his tribe. I think people are going to find it really difficult to connect with him, especially if he comes out and pretends he's a surgeon, but he's not a surgeon. And like, I don't know what's going on here. This is, I don't, maybe he is a surgeon. I don't get it. I don't get what he is.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to add about Gabler. Pre-merge.
Pre-merge.
All right, we're all in agreement. This may be the first one where all three of us agree.
What's the name of that guy that Frank was really high on?
Brad.
This is very similar to Brad.
Yeah, that's exactly the vibes I get too.
Yep.
I think he could be a little chaotic like Brad and it not translate well and not go over well.
Like Brad.
Like Brad.
Yep. This is Brad.
Moving on, we have Miss Mariah Young. And Kevin, you said that you've only seen one person. I imagine you have seen 2 people because Mariah is impossible to miss. She has the rainbow hair. She has the rainbow outfit. And her personality is very, very, very much Marianne, which you think Marianne breaks the mold. Mariah said, yeah, I broke the mold too. And I did it in rainbows.
I think Mariah is a bit more confident than Marianne is.
I really like Mariah, and I think that it is going to be very beneficial for her that they did not get to see the conclusion of 42 because, you know, where they went out, they're probably thinking, okay, Marianne, nah, you know, she's going to be around a few more episodes, but very hard to see her being the winner from where they probably got to see through. And I think that is beneficial for Mariah. She just has this great bubbly personality, impossible to not notice her. I mean, physically, like you can't even look past her because she's like a rainbow.
For me, the thing about Mariah is that she's extremely likable, and
Yes.
likability is everything. Nobody wants to be on an island with somebody nobody wants to vote out somebody that makes you smile in the day, that's going to make you laugh in the day. And I don't think she's going to be. I don't think we're going to be getting those scenes that we got with Marianne about her being annoying. I honestly think people are going to like her, and trust her. I want to work with her. I want to play with her. That's why I do have high hopes for Mariah.
I have high hopes for her too. I think that she has a lot of the Marianne upside with some of the not
Quirkiness.
Marianne downside. And I mean, Marianne won, and so I mean, I don't think it's crazy to think that Mariah could win either.
What's the Marianne connection? Just that she's like loud and a very big personality?
I mean, I think her personality, like listening to her, like she's upbeat, she's friendly, she's energetic. I mean, she says that like colors bring her like good vibes and energy. And yeah, I like her.
I like her a lot too. She's 28. She's from Pennsylvania. She's a teacher. She's from Philly as well. # Philly Alliance. I like the fact that she said her pet peeves are negative Nancy's, Debbie Downers, and bullies. Mm-hmm. The double entendres is fantastic. Not the double entendres. The alliteration is fantastic. Negative Nancy's, Debbie Downers, loved it. She is just a vivacious spirit, and I think that's going to radiate, and people are going to see it and want to work with her, because she also wants to play like James. I'm assuming James Clement, and because she just wants to play with her alliances.
And that does worry me, because that is the red flag I get from Mariah, is that I worry that her alliance pivots and moves on without her, and she's so honest and good. Maybe she doesn't have that little bit of Marianne in there that's like, I'm going to snipe somebody. And
Marianne didn't have that in her either. She was on the bottom. She was being dragged along, and then she made a move at 6. Like, that is not a
snipe Omer the first chance that she got some power.
So I'm just looking at the cast list, and I have a little theory, and I want y'all to disprove me because I'm probably wrong. Is it possible they know each other? Like that, because there's a lot of people from the same states. No, I mean the entire cast. Because there's a lot of people. There's a few people from Texas. There's a few people from Hawaii. There's a few people from Pennsylvania. Like,
Sheldon, I don't know how to tell you this, but not everybody in Texas knows each other.
Sheldon.
No, but
I don't know how small Canada is, but everyone here.
No, but my point is, okay, I'm sorry. There's 50 states, and they're all 18 people are like from 5 of them. Like, is that a mistake?
No, I think having multiple people. I know that James and James and Mariah definitely saw each other in casting, right? I'm sure they saw each other in casting, both of them being from Philadelphia. I'm sure they saw each other maybe in a multiple stages of casting, right? Because they would have been like at whatever happened here in Philly, and then whatever happens in LA when they have to go out there. So I'm sure they've seen each other before. May not know each other before that.
No,
but
they don't know each other.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's because
that's a Big Brother twist. That's not a Survivor twist to me. Like, Big Brother's like, Kat, Holly, y'all know each other? No big deal. We're just gonna put you in the house together.
Yeah. Alex, Morgan, your sisters, you guys know each other. We'll bring you guys both in the house
Danny. Okay. All right. So, Mariah, is she a merge or pre-merge?
Merge.
Merge. Agreed. All right. Next up, we have, I don't want to mess up her name. I believe it's Neca. Neca is from Weatherford, Texas. Wow, another Texas person that I don't know.
Shut up. I was just trying to create conspiracy theories, and now you're making fun of me.
I know, this is crazy, and I've even been in Weatherford before.
But have you been to San Marcos?
I have been to San Marcos.
Well, that's where that's where Cassidy's from. You didn't see her there? Okay, so Neca to me is to me, I see the comparisons that you all had with Lindsay to Heather with NECA.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
That's what I see. I see somebody that's just, she's a extremely kind, extremely happy, extremely loving woman that I don't think is going to be much of a threat. And because of that, she's either going to be brought along or she's going to be expendable.
Yeah, I'm worried for NECA. I don't see that she has what it takes.
Once again, she says she wants to play like Sari. I wonder if Sari has the same thoughts like Kim when she's like laying there. How many people are going to say they want to play like me?
Parv, Kelly.
I think Sari's sitting there saying, like, when they say my name, why don't I get paid? Where's my check for every time they say my name?
I think for Sari,
say my name.
I think for Sari, she's like, am I going to get more comparisons than Kim, or like one or two less?
NECA got into watching Survivor during the pandemic with her family, so she's a newer fan, but yeah, I don't think she's got what it takes. I'm worried.
I think she makes. I think she's 43.
What? Who cares?
Everyone, your age does matter. Let's not pretend like it doesn't. Older cast members usually are gone earlier. Let's not sit here and pretend like we're not. They're not. I think that she ends up being pre-merge, but like very likable. But it's just going to get down in the numbers, and they're not going to want to get rid of anyone that's going to help, quote unquote, help the tribe. Physically.
Yeah, very nice. Very worried for NECA. Pre-merge.
Yeah, pre-merge for me. I don't think she has a chance, sadly.
All right.
Man. Oh, man.
Next up, we have Miss Noelle Lambert. And Noelle is a very cool person. She is also going to have a very cool story in that she is the first above-the-knee amputee to play in Survivor. We've seen 2 before amputees, I believe, but she is the first one above the knee. But she is like an athlete. She has competed in like the Paralympics, medaled in track, and so she's really inspiring. Bad bitch, love her.
Is it fair to have a cyborg on the show? Like, she has a completely metal leg, and does that mean she'll be able to?
It's not robotic.
Is it not? Can she not kick faster?
No, she's not a robot. She's a woman. What are you talking about?
I don't think this brings her any advantage.
No, it doesn't give her any advantage at all. So to me, like,
and she's a newly amputee. Like her leg was amputated in 2016. So like, I don't know. She's just. That's inspiring to me.
She played D1 lacrosse. She was on the Tokyo Paralympic track and field team, and she set a new 100 record.
She's gonna have a great story. Like, one of the things I like about her is that she's more than her amputation. She's more than whatever that thing is.
Most of them are.
Well, all humans are, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and that's what I like to see in some of her videos is that I actually think she's going to be strategic, and she's going to want to play the game and plot and do fun stuff, which I like. I don't want her story to be the story of a girl without the leg. Like, I don't want that. I want that to sort of fall to the back, in truth, and let her just play the game. And she's going to do better than the 43-year-olds. Like I have high hopes for her. I think Noelle merge. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree. Like, looking at my list, I have her fairly high up. I can't remember exactly the specifics of what she said, which is not necessarily good. But I did like her and was impressed with her.
I think it's interesting because I think she might be pre-merge, because I think there's going to be a single challenge, one, where she maybe doesn't do as good as everyone else. They're talking about one single challenge. And they're going to be like, oh, well, with her robotic leg, it might be the
robotic leg.
Get rid of her.
But You see, I don't see that. I don't think we're in a place anymore where you could say that, where you could actually use that as an argument. Like, I just fundamentally.
They'll find other reasons. They always do. Those people always do. And they'll find another reason why she should go. But it's going to really come down to the leg that she's got going on.
So you're saying pre-merge?
Pre-merge.
Wow, I'm definitely merge.
I say merge.
I say merge too, no doubt.
All right. Next up, we have Mr. Owen Knight.
So this is the
a little
gentleman
bit
that
of
also
old
said,
vibes.
this is the gentleman that said he wants to play like Malcolm.
Yeah, he also wants to play like Malcolm.
He's also director of admissions, college admissions director in Louisiana. Also probably a really smart guy.
I have been to Louisiana. I've never met him either.
I've been in New Orleans a couple of times. I also haven't met him. I think that this dude is very smart. I think that this dude knows what's going on here in this game. I think he has a lot of game knowledge. I think he may have also only watched Winners at War, because he said he would play a similar game to Adam Klein. He kept his threat level low and had good relationships with everyone and was his authentic super fan self. I feel like he was way more super fan in Winners at War than he was in Millennials versus Gen X, which is why I think that he may have only watched Winners at War. But
no. I think Owen is a super duper fan. And going back to Lindsay, I do want to say where one of y'all said that y'all thought that she was like a new fan. She is like a patron of Rob Has a Podcast, so she is like a super duper fan. I still don't think she's going to do good. All right, but back to Owen.
I think Owen.
I think
Owen's making the merge. I think he's going to do very well. I see him being able to blend in with everyone, be able to get along with everyone, yet also being a force to be reckoned with, strategically.
I think that Owen's there. Long game, long time, definitely merge. I think the biggest problem with Owen is that he is potentially too good. And threat, get rid of a threat. But I see him there for a while.
Yeah, I agree. I think he makes the merge for sure. All right, next up, I know that someone on this panel is a big fan of our next one, and that is Mr. Ryan Medrano. And Ryan is the one that you were thinking of, Sheldon, that he was born with like a mild
cerebral
palsy. CP, I believe. And so he's had to overcome that. Like, doctors told his parents that he would never walk. He does say that it does take him a little longer to process things. And so, like we saw Ricard share about his disability. And so I wonder if Ryan is going to share that, like, hey, I just need a little bit of time to process things, or if that's something that he keeps to himself.
Also, good looking, great smile.
Really fit. I believe, is he like a trainer, I believe?
Fitness instructor.
Yeah, fitness instructor.
Yeah, so to me, the question about Ryan is, how is his ability to make social connections? Because I think he's going to do well in challenges. I think that he's going to be a workhorse. I think he's going to do really, really good. I am uncertain about his ability to make strong connections, and that is my only concern about him.
I look at him and I'm not seeing big threat. I mean, he said that he wants to play like Rupert. I'm done. Yeah. He's not making.
I'm worried he wants to play like Rupert. he invoked the name of Rupert multiple times in his interviews. And while Rupert is a character, he's one of the most memorable people in Survivor. Not necessarily who you want to emulate your gameplay after.
Correct.
So I am worried for Ryan.
Pre-merge.
He does not make the merge.
Pre-merge.
Okay, we are all in agreement again. And last up, we have the youngest castaway this season, Mr. Sammy Liotti. And he is but a teenager. But he doesn't exactly necessarily look like a teenager. But Nope, I've done this one time with JD. Never again will I support a teenager. Not happening. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
I
Whatever.
have to say that I think one of the smartest things that he did was put on glasses. And I assume Survivor told him to put on glasses. But when he doesn't have his glasses on, he looks like a douche. When
Kevin,
he
he's
put
from Las Vegas. Do you know him?
I do actually. Me and Sammy are good friends. I know everyone in Las Vegas, and we're buddies. And Sammy and I, Sam, and Rox, we hang out actually quite often. Remember Roxroy? Him and
Yeah.
myself and Sammy.
Wow, cool.
We also hang out with Daniel Durston from Big Brother
Wow.
24. All of us friends. Because we're all from Las Vegas, Sheldon. And I think Sammy's gonna do well. I like the fact that Sammy, I don't care that you guys don't want to support teenagers on this thing.
That's not why I don't want to support him. I don't want to support him because I think he's a bit of a douche, and I think that he's going to rub people the wrong way. He's overconfident. That's why I don't want to
support him. He talks a lot about like his life experiences and like how people have counted him out of things. I'm like, baby, you have zero life experiences. Because let's just face it, most 19-year-olds do not have life experience, and Sammy
it's tough.
Is not the exclusion to this.
The only reason why I actually might suggest that I do see him making merge is that he is obviously physically fit.
Yes.
And I think that they're going to keep him and they're going to use him as a number, but I don't actually think that people are going to like him, and that likability is going to be really important and why he loses the game.
I think so too. I don't think he wins. I don't think he's our first teen winner, but I think that he is someone that's going to be able to do well and be a number for people and be utilized.
Pre-merge for me.
Merge.
Kids making the merge.
Now, I have no idea how big my merge is, but I don't think I made it to 13, folks.
I don't think I did either.
So I don't think I did either. All right. Next up, we are going to perform our draft. And since we do not yet have a winner from our BB24 draft, we are going to do a randomizer, even though we all know that.
Who won the Survivor draft? Who draft? Who had Marianne?
I don't remember. So we're doing a randomizer. Here we go.
Put my name on the list.
Kevin,
first pick?
Yes. Kylie, and then Sheldon. That will be our order. All right, that's Kevin.
Okay.
We're doing snake. First. Give me James Jones.
James.
Out the bat. Out the gate. James Jones.
Very disappointed to lose him here.
Are you? I am too.
All right, I am next up, and I am going to choose. I'm going to choose Jesse, the Streets to Scholar to Survivor winner.
Was Jesse your number one initially, Kylie, or was it
that was James?
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, y'all know how I feel about this woman, and I think you're severely underestimating her. And it might be dumb for me to pick her right now, but I'm scared you're going to take her. I'm taking Lindsay.
Wow. Okay, Lindsay off the board.
I love me some Lindsay.
Sheldon, you get another pick?
For my second pick, I'm going to take Owen.
Owen, I think that's a really, really strong choice. Owen. Okay, I am next up. And I am going to take Mariah.
Good pick.
Can we have basically two of the same archetype win back to back?
She's not the same as Marianne.
She is.
She is not. She's got a very different personality. The only similarity is that she's loud. That's it.
All right, Kevin.
Give me Carla.
Okay.
Good wow.
One. Wow. Yeah.
Wow, Carla.
Yep. Give me
Wow.
Carla, and give me Ellie.
You
I wanted
bitch.
Ellie. I wanted Ellie.
I didn't take Ellie because I didn't think y'all were gonna take her.
I
All
wanted
right.
Ellie.
Ellie. Ooh, that hurts my feelings. Okay. I am going to take Noelle.
No, don't do that to me.
The
Noelle
cyborg.
Okay,
to Team Kylie.
cyborg. Come on. I'm gonna take Janine, who I think was drafted a little too low right now, but so I'm happy with my
I
Janine
think
pick.
that's a solid pick.
And for my next pick, I'm going. Boy, I'm gonna pick Justine.
Janine and Justine.
You just sounded like an old woman.
I know my voice cracked a little bit. It's okay. All right. Next up, Kylie. I am going to take my next person as Cassidy.
Interesting.
Miss Cassidy onto my
Very,
team.
very interesting.
For my next person, Sheldon, who do you think is going to be first boot?
I'm not answering any questions to help you.
I just want to know, you think it's going to be first boot?
I'm not answering any questions
Why not?
because I don't want to. I don't want to give you away any information.
Listen. So if those of you that don't know, he had Kevin Jacobs as first boot, and he won Big Brother Canada. He had Marianne as probably first boot, and she won Survivor. He had Turner as first boot, and he's going to be a finalist.
Yeah.
I want to know who Sheldon has going home first, because I want to take that person because they have
The
a
truth.
good chance.
So you want the truthful answer?
Yes.
I don't know how to pronounce her name, but Neca.
Give me the Neca. Give me the Neca right now because I liked her already. And if Sheldon has her being first boot, there's a good chance that she makes it to the end.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take on the wraparound. You guys have been sleeping on him. My boy Dwight from Stanford.
I wanted
Give me my boy Dwight from Stanford.
I wanted him.
All right. I am going to take.
Hold on, who's left? Mike and Sammy?
I'm taking Cody here because y'all have all been, shitting on my boy Cody, aka Tony 2.0.
Jesus.
So Kylie.
So left we have Ryan, Geo, Gabler, and Sammy.
Ryan.
So you get two of those.
Gabler, and which one is Sammy? I don't even see it.
The youngster.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pick. Gabler has no chance. I'm gonna pick Sammy and Geo.
Sammy and Geo.
I can't believe I picked the douches.
So that leaves me with the choice of Gabler and Ryan. I pick one, Kevin gets the other, and I am going to take Ryan.
Good choice.
So I have Ben 2.0. It's fine. Maybe I can help him shave his beard. Maybe I'll like his face even less.
All right. So as an
as an aside, I was having technical difficulties in the toilet when you said that Ben was on. Mike is not Ben, and with looks is not Mike. I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's review these teams. Kevin has James, Carla, Ellie, Neca, Dwight, and Gabler.
There's a winner in that six.
Kylie has Jesse, Mariah, Noelle, Cassidy, Cody, and Ryan. And Sheldon has Lindsay, Owen, Janine, Justine, Sammy, and Geo. So y'all let us know in the comments who has the best team. And once again, why is it Kylie?
It's never Kylie. It's never Kylie's team. Kylie's team always has problems. It is obviously my team.
Okay, let me just make this very clear. BB Can draft. Who won?
How? How did you win?
It doesn't matter. I won. I won. It doesn't matter how I won. I win. And BB draft currently. Who's gonna win this game? Taylor. Guess who has Taylor? Look at Shelly. Shelly's got Taylor. So look, I'm on a winning streak, and I have to admit it's gonna be Lindsay.
All right. Well, we will see because Survivor is kicking off in just a few days. But on For the Fans, we will be back live Monday after the Sunday veto and nomination, the 5 p.m. crew headed up by Kevin. And then we will be live Wednesday after the Survivor premiere to talk about all of the fun that we get in 2 hours of Survivor. All right. So, y'all.
And what happens on Thursday?
And then Thursday, we will be back live with the Big Brother Final Four eviction. See who goes home, just falling short of the finale.
Love it.
All right. Y'all make sure you subscribe so you get a notification every time we go live, and we will see everyone next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.